Hello everyone, my name is Ina and I would like to share with you how I'm trying to make America great again. I'm working to make some updates on my garage. I would say on our garage. My husband is up north doing house sitting and I drive back and forth, spend some time with him over there and coming back to continue working on my project. The garage is as old as I am. I'm 63. It is made with a wood type of siding and I have two choices: to replace this siding with a plastic one, which would cost me approximately 20,000 or maybe 15,000, or to paint it over. So of course I chose the second option because it does not make sense to me to invest that much money into this older structure. So I started cleaning first from the old paint, and it is still there, some spots that kind of loose. So starting working on the front, I had to remove these 3 boards and my husband and I replaced them with new ones. So now they look very well, much better than they looked before. So here on the top I put 2 coats of yellow paint and 2 coats of white paint as a trim. First, I didn't plan to make the trim because I felt like, okay, it is extra money. But then I realized I actually want to spend a little bit more money, like $50 for 1 gallon white paint to decorate the garage to look, so it will look much better. There were some spots, some holes in those wooden boards, so I had to cover them with this idea. This is a piece of plastic placemat that I glued to the hole. It was a round hole here and I had several holes over there. So for example, over here it was a huge hole for the fan that I guess was there. So now I just put the plastic. As you see, I did not move this to this area yet. Oops. But I will do very soon. When I go to the top by using the ladder, I pray many times to be safe, because if I fall, I will be broken into parts and I don't think that it would be easy to put me together. I'm wondering if my husband realizes the danger and prays for me to be safe when I go to the very top of the ladder. Especially the ladder, this ladder we use, it is not designed for this type of work. It is not for painters. It is something like, I don't know, I bought it many years ago. It is good because it is folding ladders. It can be folded into 4 parts and taken by the car. This side of this door painted with a white only one time, so it is 1 coat. I will do more, and I also want to paint the same color this door because it is older and white, has some spots that are not removable. Let me show you my work today on the side. I moved to this area and I put already one coat to some part of this side of the garage. The parts below I leave for later because they require more work to remove paint. The window is very ugly. I'm going to paint the frame white, and it is okay. Right now I just, touched with this yellow paint. This is another hole that I'm going to cover, and the hole like this. A lot of work over here. I want to remove this part of the light that used to be there. Now no lights work around the garage, but I'm happy that we have light inside. As you see, people who lived before, they put some metal things, to cover the holes. Like this is a hole that birds, woodpecker enjoying making it. So another ugly window that should be cleaned, and this is a nice cover, kind of light metal. See, yeah, very old stuff. I have to be very careful with this screw. I need to check from inside what is screwed. So here we have addition to the garage, some kind of porch. Originally, when I bought this house, I was offered to put it down, but I decided to save it, and I invested kind of bunch of money. Of course, I know that I overspent. First, people charged me too much, and I agreed to pay it because I did not negotiate anything. I'm not a person who negotiates, and it is something that I have to learn how to do that. And second, I made some mistakes investing to something. To the right order of investment. The first must be roof, should be replaced, but I did it almost the last thing. So here, as you see, in the spring we covered with these two sticks because birds started building a nest over there. I will remove those, I will cover those things with a plastic placemat. If I have one, actually, maybe I'm already, leaking the material. I will see. And another one, I understand that this is made for circulation, but in this small structure, I don't think that it is so important, this type of circulation, because there are so many holes besides these big ones. So what I did, I put this plastic over. It was 2 years ago when I just bought this house, and attached the board to the top because they were shorter, these plastic things. What is the name of them? I forgot. Ladies, something like that. So they were shorter than the size of the window. So here I put gutters. Also, it was overpaid to people, and so here I prepared for painting. I did not move this grill, so I need to move it to the side so to prepare this wall. And this structure, this porch, came without door here. This door I found on the curb just 1 block away during my morning walk, and I brought it here, so my husband helped me to put it in. So we added some top stopper here, some wood because this boards, because the door was smaller, I mean narrow, a little bit narrow. It was 32 inches and this was 34, 35, I don't remember. So we added some boards here, and then I painted the door, and I painted inside here this wall. I decided to paint it white to make it more lighter, to make this room lighter. I don't have here any lighting, so what is going on here? There is some evidence of mold, and I need to do something about that before it becomes bad. So it was my mistake that I put this type of ceiling before I replace the roof. I was thinking that my husband and I would replace the roof ourselves, but we realized that we need to hire people because it is too complicated. Here, these panels are made of the garage, not garage, what is a fence, woods that fell. As you see, we have this old fence attached to the chicken wire fence. So, and many pieces are so old, they just fell. And I use those to put this type of panel on the bottom, because some kind of very soft cover was is behind it. So of course it is not myself, but my friend, one of my friends made it, and of course I paid for all this work. At that time when I bought the house, I was not married to my husband. I bought the house to start to run Airbnb as additional supplemental income. So my husband, Alan, was one of my first guests. So now we are married, and I continued running Airbnb, but not very much because we travel a lot as house sitters. It was Alan's dream to be a traveler, so by sitting, watching the pets in different places. So I learned about house sitting from him, and now we travel, I would say, around the world. Okay, so here now we have the door. Actually, this door was painted with a interior paint. I'm wondering if I want to put exterior paint over this to have more protection from rain. As you see here, when I moved those bricks, or how to call them, blocks, I found huge nest of ants. So hopefully they will be gone. So I put some stuff here, but I need to clean all these things to make it nice and, you know, healthy. So guys, I hope that you enjoy the tour of my project. This is how I make America great again, because I truly believe that if everyone in this, I would say, low middle class community would contribute and make their property look nicer, it would be great. America would become great again. Thank you for watching my video. Please give me like, write in comments whatever you want to write, and subscribe to my channel. Take care, guys. Bye bye.